राधे 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 गोविंद। सब गाइए। राधे 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 गोविंद।
राधे 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 गोविंद।
राधे 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 गोविंद। राधे राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद।
राधे 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 गोविंद। सब गाइए।
राधे 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 गोविंद।
राधे 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 गोविंद। राधे 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 गोविंद। राधे राधे राधे
राधे गोविंद।
राधे 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 गोविंद। सब गाइए। राधे 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 गोविंद। राधे 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 गोविंद।
राधे 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 गोविंद।
राधे 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 गोविंद। राधे 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 गोविंद।
राधे 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 गोविंद।
कृष्ण मुकुंद
कृष्ण मुकुंद।
बाल गोविंद बाल गोविंद। कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः। प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणे ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दुग्धा गोपालनन्दनः। पार्थो वत्ससुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। हरि ओम्। धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः। धर्मक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः। धर्म धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः जय श्री कृष्ण
जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
मामका पाण्डवाश्चैव किम कुर्वत् सञ्जय
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
मामका पाण्डवाश्चैव किम कुर्वत् सञ्जय
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण सब गाइए
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
मामका पाण्डवाश्चैव किम कुर्वत् सञ्जय
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
उपदेक्ष्यन्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनस्तत्त्वदर्शिनः
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण सब गाइए
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण
जय हरे कृष्ण
कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय. All right, so let me welcome all of you to this satsang tonight. And as was said, we are seeing Bhagavad Gita across the whole length and breadth of Guyana. And we have reached now night number 69, I think. Today is number 69. So this is 69th temple tonight. We've been all the way to what you call Krabur Creek on that side. And now we are in Essequibo. And we'll be here for 18 more nights. So, in these 108 nights, we'll finish the whole Bhagavad Gita. So now chapter 11 is coming to an end. Here, almost to the end of chapter 11, we are now in verse number 41. And this chapter only has about 55 verses. So, it's coming down close. And there's something there are two things which are unique about this chapter. One is a very simple thing. This chapter has, in Bhagavad Gita, there are two types of verses. One verse is called the short verse, and one verse is called long verse. Short verse and long verse in, everyday language. And the technical word for that is, one verse is there in Anushtup Chanda, and the other one is called as Trishtup Chanda. Well, this one is Trishtup. So most of the verses are long verses. So it's not so easy to sing also when we are playing music with it. But we'll try. Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna,
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 Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna. Sab gaye.
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna,
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna,
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna,
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna. Sab gaye.
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna,
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna,
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna,
Sakheti Matva Prasabham Yaduktam,
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna,
He Krishna He Yadav He Sakheti,
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna,
Hare Krishna He Yadav He Sakheti,
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna,
Ajanata Mahi Manam Tavedam,
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna,
Maya Pramadat Pranayena Vapi,
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna,
Yachavasatam Katkritosi,
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna,
Vihara Shayyasana Bhojaneshu,
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna,
Ekotavapya Chuta Tatsamacham,
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna,
Tacchamunye Twamaham Prameyam,
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna,
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna,
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna,
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna. Krishna Kanaya Lal Ki Jai. The second thing which is unique about this chapter, I told you there are two things. The one is the meter itself. The second thing is here, Bhagavan is giving to Arjuna what is called a Virat Roop Darshan, which is the only time it happens in this Bhagavad Gita. This thing happens 2 times in Ramcharitmanas. What is Virat Roop Darshan? Bhagavan gave to Arjuna divine eyes. And through that divine eyes which he gave to Arjuna, bestowed on Arjuna, Arjuna is able to see the whole universe inside Bhagavan only. Inside the Lord. This whole universe exists where? In the Lord. It is not that the whole universe was existing in the Lord that time only. The whole universe always exists in the Lord. Sarvam samapnoshi tathosi sarvaha. Previously it was told. Because the Lord pervades everything, the Lord is everything. This is the definition of pervasiveness in Sanatana Dharma. The Lord pervades everything. Now see, this is different from other religions. I want you to also pay attention to this, because Hindu people are the only people who go on saying all religions are same. All religions are not same, not by any stroke of imagination also. You could imagine whatever you want. All religions are not same. And you tell a Muslim fellow to come and bow down here in front of the Murti now, or a Christian fellow. All religions are the same. Not by any stroke of imagination, and Hindus should stop saying that. So now, in Sanatana Dharma, and what I am explaining to you is Sanatana Dharma. I am not a Muslim, I am not a Christian. I am Hindu. So I will tell you what is Sanatana Dharma. The proper name for Hinduism is Sanatana Dharma. So now, in Sanatana Dharma, this whole universe is nothing but manifestation of Paramatma. Just like when you go in a potter's shop, everything in that shop is nothing but manifestation of clay. Everything is clay inside that shop, because he makes everything out of clay. So this whole universe is made out of Bhagwan. So now in that shop, right, if you see one, the clay man, he has made one nice teddy bear out of clay. And here he has made the Tasmanian devil out of clay. So the clay becomes devil? No, the clay is the same clay which he brought from wherever he brought, isn't it? The clay does not become devil or anything. The clay is clay. The Nama Rupa, which he superimposes on the clay, that thing is ugly, Tasmanian devil ugly like. And the other one cute. We say, oh, so cute. The other one, we do that. But if you look deeper, the both of them is nothing but clay only. So here, if we look deeper in this world, everything is Bhagwan only. And Bhagwan gave that divine eyes to Arjuna, and Arjuna could see deeply, and he saw everything is Bhagwan. Therefore he tells that verse, which I just quoted for you, which we saw in some other temple previously. What is that? Sarvam samapnoshi tatosi sarvaha. This thing is praman in Vedanta, in what we call in our Sanatana Dharma. Praman means authoritative scripture coming in Bhagavad Gita, documented by Ved Vyasji. Because Bhagwan pervades everything in this world is Bhagwan only. So now, which religion is like that? Which religion talks about? No religion. You tell them that, they'll say it's blasphemy. Bhagwan, for other people in other religion, he's somewhere in the sky. And he's watching down. And he says, aha, catch you red-handed. Now I'm writing down. And one day you'll go and meet him. And when you go there, he'll pull out your file. We don't have any such thing in Sanatana Dharma. What is Sanatana Dharma? How it operates? Very simple. Big law of karma. What is it called? Law of karma. So you sow, so you'll reap. Why somebody have to go on? You know that if you put your hand on the fire, will you get burned tomorrow? No. You get burned right away, isn't it? It'll be good. You put your hand on the fire today and you wait until tomorrow. Let me see when it'll pain. It doesn't work like that. The act has the phala, or the result, immediately. When? Immediately. Of course, there are some acts which have the results little bit later. But we have that spectrum of actions like that. So some actions, they bring the result immediately. Some actions, they bring the result in a little while. Like for example, you all know, all of you have gone through that. You know, when parents were out with children, we're only waiting for the parents to go. So when the parents go, then we start making all mischief at home. Right? Then the neighbors tell, hey, all stop. Stop doing that. When your parents come, I'll tell them. Right? So we do the mischievous act now. But the result is when the parents come home. Yes. So when you put your hand on the hot tower, you get burned immediately. The result is immediate. When you do some mischief at home, the result is when the parents come home. right? And when you study for 4 years in university only, the result is only at the end you get a degree, correct? How many years? And then like that something takes so many years. And something in next lifetimes also. Like that. So karma has different. There's a spectrum of karma like that. But anyway, the law of karma is this, and Sanatana Dharma is unique in this way. Huh? Right. So, in Sanatana Dharma now, this whole universe is nothing but manifestation of Bhagwan. And Arjuna, with that divine eyes, he was able to see that. The whole universe is Bhagwan only. And if we divinize our eyes by satsang, by spirituality, by worship, by study of scriptures, swadhyaya, by tapas, by all the various types of sadhana we call it. What we call is sadhana in Sanatana Dharma. If we divinize our eyes also, we'll be able to see same thing which Arjuna was able to see. So we have to do all this spiritual sadhana to divinize our eyes also. But now, Arjuna is seeing Bhagwan in one flash. But one more thing about Bhagwan now. Bhagwan is not only all, if we said just now that the Lord pervades everything, so he is everything, well, the universe is not only made up of positive things, the universe is made up of negative things also, correct? So there is birth and celebration on this side, and there is death and lamentation on this side, correct? Here when some little child comes in the house, everybody goes, oh, kuchi kuchi ku, baby, and they all, and you make halwa and you're celebrating, right? On this side, somebody died. Then, so the universe is made up of what we call positive things, and the universe is also made up of what we call as negative things. This side you see everybody, just now when we were having in Burmese, there's some mushroomani something. Here also? Here too? In X-Cube also? Okay. So we're trying to get through the town to go to the temple. Get through what town? Oh, bapre. So there, these people were healthy, hale and hearty and having a great time, right? And right just on the edge of the city, of the town in New Amsterdam, there's a hospital, and there are many patients in that hospital. So here, everybody healthy and hale and hearty and having a great time, and in the hospital, what going on? Well, you know, right? So the world is made up of what is called in the Bhagavad Gita, dvandva. What is that word? Dvandva. Dvandva means duality. You cannot have one without the other. There is no such thing as having health without sickness. There is no such thing in this universe of having affluence or wealth without poverty. So, and this we explain in so many different temples, in so many places, because those verses came up at the requisite time, at the appropriate time, right? So now, Arjuna is able to see now two sides of Bhagwan. On this side he sees the compassionate Lord with 4 arms, and he's holding a gada and mace and what do you call this, chakra and everything, right? And he's seeing that most beautiful form, kiritinam, gadinam, chakrinam, chakra and all that, with all the crown and all jewelry and all, right? But on the other side now he saw the Bhagwan's terrible side also. What? He chewing all his Kauravas and all, and his fire of dissolution, pralaya fire is coming out from his mouth and all that. So he sees the terrible side also. And both the sides make up this whole universe, and this whole universe is a manifestation of that same one Lord only. So now when Arjuna saw that, now you see, what is the problem with human beings, The problem with human beings is, there are two sides, but we only like one side, correct? There is health and disease. So from that we only like health. Second, there is affluence, means riches, and poverty. We don't like the poverty, we only like the affluence. There is joy and sorrow. We don't like the sorrow, we only like the joy. There is knowledge and ignorance. Well, that's a bad example, because many people like ignorance also. But there is sweet, nice jalebi, and there is hot, pot pepper for dessert. Which one you will have? Pepper? No, we'll have a nice jalebi, is on this side. Right? So anyway, this is how the world is made up. The problem with this now, if you're taking, see, listen to this. If you're taking roses, you also have to take thorns. Yeah. You have to take the plimpla. Used to call plimpla here also? Okay. In Trinidad, they call pica. We don't know the word plimpla. I learned plimpla in Guyana only. So, if you're taking roses, you also have to take plimpla, correct? If you're taking, see, I told, we like this one side, we like this, the joy, we don't like the sorrow. That is what you like. You like the joy, you don't like the sorrow. But what Bhagavan has given in your whole life, He has given both, isn't it? From birth till death, you will have. I like one side, that is a different matter. I only like this side. But what Bhagavan gives is a different story altogether. He makes sure that He gives both. And health and disease. One day we're healthy. Swamiji, I can't come to satsang. Why, Amma? Swamiji, I have a terrible headache. One Amma told, I have a terrible headache. I can't come. Next day, I call, Amma, you're coming today? No, Swamiji, I can't come. What happened today? The headache, from my head, it gone in my belly now. The headache moved from the head and gone in the... So, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, then you don't know when the headache will go. So, one day you will be healthy, you could go satsang. One day unhealthy, you can't. So, Arjuna is seeing that terrible side and he tells Bhagavan, when we saw last night, Prabhu, please take away that terrible side. I don't like to see. Because we don't like that side. We don't like it is scaring me. When we see anything terrible in the world, it scares us, you see. And in the 2 verses which we chanted today now, Arjuna told Prabhu, now I really discovered I really came to understand your grandeur, your magnanimity, your glory and your power and greatness and opulence and all of that. Now only I came to understand. And in these 2 verses, Arjuna becomes apologetic. Apologetic for what? You know, when you have friends who go to school together, right? You know that in the old days. And if your friend tells you some important piece of knowledge, you tell that friend, hey, why you don't shut up? And you give one tap also, isn't it? Why you don't shut up? What you know? So we talk to friends like that. But now he discovered his friend was not any ordinary being. His friend was Paramatma, Bhagavan Sri Krishna himself. So that revelation to him was astounding. It blew his mind. And now, Sakha, he tells, oh friend, iti matva prasabham yaduktam, anything which I had said presumptuously, meaning to say rashly, not knowing who you were and all of that sort of thing. Hey Krishna, hey Yadava, hey Sakha, ajanata mahimanam tavedam, not knowing your greatness. I did not know, I thought you were my friend only. I did not know you are the Lord of the whole universe. And this is a common thing with jivas. We can see something right in front of us and not know. Sugriv is seeing Bhagavan Shri Ram and Lakshmana coming at Rishamukh Parvat, and he does not know. He's seeing Ram. He does not know. Parvati ji is Sati. She is with Bhagavan Shiva, and the 2 of them are looking at Ram in the forest. And Bhagavan Shiva is telling Sati, Arey, this is Ram. Not only that, when somebody is telling, now she doesn't have any Shraddha also, no belief also, so she doesn't accept. This is Ram. How can Ram be crying in the forest? She cannot understand. You see? So we could see the Lord also and not know that it is the Lord. So Arjuna, not only seeing, playing. In Trinidad language, they say liming, I don't know, say gaffing with Bhagwan. And did not know it is the Lord. Ajanata mahimanam tava idam maya pramadat pranayena vapi. Whatever I said and whatever I did by mistake or out of love also, because of love only we could give our friend if you're angry with somebody, you can't give, they'll give you right back. But out of love, whatever I have done, yacha vasahartham asatkritosi, and whatever disrespect I have shown to you, and whatever, whenever I laughed at you joking, I pulled the chair and you fell down. People, we do now. Avasahartha. Avahasartha means to laughingly, jokingly, I played prank. People like to play prank. We played prank, so I must have played prank on you. Viharashaya sana bhojaneshu. When we were playing outside or having leisure time, or when we were sleeping somewhere, asana was sitting somewhere, and when we were eating and all that, I would have played so many pranks on you and did so many things. When ekaha, when we were together, athava api achyuta tat samaksham, or in front of other people. See, I may have insulted you when we were alone, and I may have insulted you when we were in front of other people also. For all of that, tat kshamaye tuham aham aprameyam. So Arjuna tells Prabhu, you please forgive me. Actually, forgiveness is one of the greatest sadhana in the world. What is it? To ask forgiveness from people to whom we have done something wrong. If you ask forgiveness from somebody to whom you have done something wrong, that person doesn't gain anything. It is you who really evolves spiritually. The person who asks the forgiveness, that shows that he has really brought his ego down. It takes a big person, and a big person is a person with a little ego. See, please see this mathematics. A big person is a person with a little ego, and a little person is a person with a big ego. So it takes a big person to ask for forgiveness. So Arjuna now, realizing that this is the Lord of the universe, he asks for forgiveness from Bhagavan Shri Krishna. And he's recounting all things which, thinking in his mind all things which he would have done. And then he tells, Arjuna continues now, this is number 43. Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
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 Pitasi lokasya characharasya.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Tvamasya pujyasya gururgariya.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Natvat samostya vyadika kutonyaha.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Lokatraya. Lokatrayapya pratima prabhavaha.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Lokatrayapya pratima prabhavaha.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Krishna Kanaya Lal ki jai. Pitasi lokasya pita asi. Arjuna now is telling you are the father of the whole universe. Bhagavan is the father of the whole universe. And in other religions also you see this. God is the father of the whole universe, But in Sanatana Dharma, Pitahamasya Mata cha Dhata Pitamaha, in the 9th chapter, Bhagavan says, I am mother, I am father, I am grandfather, I am everything. This is some 2 chapters before. So the Lord is not only mother, not only father, he is also mother. And now this is one more thing, where you see this in other religion. Not there. That's why I keep telling you, don't say all religions are same. Not there at all. In Sanatana Dharma, Bhagavan is, that's why, Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva. Isn't it? Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva. You are the mother and you are also the father in Sanatana Dharma. Only religion like that. So, Arjuna is telling only one side here. Bhagavan himself had told, I am mother and father both, in the 9th chapter. Pitasi lokasya characharasya. And he is the father of the whole universe of moving and unmoving things also. Whether anything is moving or not moving. He is father of everything. Tamasya pugyascha gurur gariyan. And you are worshipable. Worshipable. Worshipful. The Lord, who is Guru Gariyan, means Guru Gariyan means weightier than the weightiest. Means heavier than the heaviest, literally. But what it means here, it means more important than the most important. You see, if we say, in this society, this man is the most important. In this household, this man is the most important. In that school, that person is the most important. We say like that now, we talk like that. This is ordinary language. Well, Bhagavan is the most important of the important. The heaviest of the heaviest means the one with the most gravity. Gurutva actually in Sanskrit is also gravity. Look here. If just now somebody walked out, I don't know who walked out, right? And they walked in, right? And then everybody's same. But what if the president walks in? That's a different matter or not? That's a different matter, isn't it? So it's not the same. It's not the same as if I walk in. If the president walks in, it's a big thing, isn't it? So that importance or that greatness of the person which moves everybody, that is called as Gurutva. So he said, the one who moves the whole universe with the most Gurutva, that is Bhagavan Shri Krishna. That is the idea. Gurur Gariyan Natvat Samaha Asti Abhyatikaha Kutaha Anyaha. There is nobody in this world, now see like this. There is nobody in this world who is even equal to Bhagavan. What to talk about anybody who is greater than Bhagavan? There is nobody equal even. So no chance of anybody being greater. And human beings, instead of worshipping the greatest being in this universe, we worship the one who is not the greatest being in this universe. And in our Jiva life, we come to worship all sorts of things. And the 3 things which the scriptures tell that we worship money, we worship power, and we worship the opposite gender. The scriptures tell these 3. This is where our worship is. So what we should be worshipping is the greatest thing in this world, Gurur Gariyan, who is the most important. Lokatraye api apratima prabhavam. And in the 3 worlds also, whether it's higher world, lower world, or this world, 3 worlds just like that only, you understand. Whether it's some higher world, and please remember, you were not there when we were telling all of this. There are so many countless worlds, countless worlds. So, in the 3 worlds, he says, oh, there is nothing to match your power and your grandeur and your greatness. Arjuna is praising Bhagavan Shri Krishna like this. Nothing to match. Then, see, he continues. Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna.
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 Tasmat pranamya pranithaya kayam.
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna.
Prasadaye tvam ahamishamidhyam.
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna.
Piteva putrasya sakheva sakhyuh.
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna.
Priya 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 Sasideva Sodhum.
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna.
Priya Priya Sasideva Sodhum.
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna.
Priya Priya Sasideva Sodhum.
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna.
Krishna Kanaya Lal ki jai. Tasmat pranamya, because you are the greatest being in this world, in any higher world, any middle world, any lower world, there is no being greater than you. Tasmat, therefore, pranamya, having prostrated you, pranidaya kayam, having bowed my body before you, mate. Whole body prostrated before Bhagavan Shri Krishna. Prasadaye tvam ahamishamidhyam. You please be gracious unto me. Arjuna was still trembling. At this point, still trembling from seeing the terrible, terrific side of Bhagavan. And this prostration also is a very, very important thing in Sanatana Dharma. We go and we prostrate before the Lord. It's important thing. And we have to teach our children also how to prostrate. And it is not also good when when the Pandit comes to your house and you tell the child, okay, go and touch Baba feet, touch Pandit feet. Parents should not be standing behind and tell the children, go and touch Pandit feet. Wrong teaching, wrong method of parenting. What? I go and touch and I take the child with me also to touch. That is proper parenting. Not to stand here and say, okay, go. Because children don't do what you say, children do what you do. So proper parenting is, I have to do it first. So Arjuna is prostrating before Bhagavan and is asking Bhagavan to be gracious and to take away that form. And he's asking Bhagavan also to be, to forgive him. What? How forgive? How? Piteva putrasya sakheva sakyuhu priya priyayar hasideva sodhum. Like how a father forgives a son. Like how a friend forgives a friend. Like how a beloved forgives the beloved. Like that. So in the same way, you please have patience with me and forgive me and bear what I have done, all things I have done in the past. And also, in the next verse, he tells Bhagavan that he himself admits or tells, I am so happy that you gave me this vision. And Bhagavan will tell later on, I have never given this vision to anybody till Arjuna's time. Like that. For Arjuna to see the whole universe in Bhagavan. He tells, see, Arjuna continues. Adrishta purvam rishitosmi drishtva.
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna.
Bhayena cha pravyatitam mano me.
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna.
Tadeva me darsha yadeva sopam.
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna.
Tadeva me darshaya deva rupam.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Prasida devesha jagannivasaha.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Prasida devesha jagannivasaha.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Krishna Kanaya Lal ki jai. Adrishta purvam rishitosmi drishtva. Having seen that this vision of yours which you gave me, which nobody had seen before, Rishitaha, I am so delighted, so happy. Bhayena cha pravyatitam mano me. But I also saw your cruel side, cruel side, means the terrible side of you, which has manifested from you only. That thing scares me. Bhayena cha pravyatitam mano me. And out of this fear, my mind has become totally disturbed. I'm sure in your life you would have been scared at some time. And when you're scared, then it takes a while for your heart to stop pounding, isn't it? Dup, 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 like that the heart goes, and then after a little while it takes. And you have to go and drink some water and all. And somebody have to pat you on the back. Okay, calm down, calm down, calm down. So, somebody was telling you, what is that? In your whole life you have fear. Fear from birth till death. When you are just born, you are afraid of your mother and father. When you go to school, you are afraid of teacher. When you go to work, you are afraid of boss. Correct. And when you get old now, you are afraid of, right, Yamaraj Maharaj is coming just now. Isn't it? So whole life is one fear after the next, correct? So the other fella said, wow, how come you didn't say wife? You said this one, that we are afraid of, this one afraid. How come you didn't say afraid of your wife? You say, out of fear I didn't say. Where did you think? So, one fear after the next. So Arjuna is telling Prabhu, you scared me like anything. Now, please, Tadeva me darshaya deva rupam prasida devesha jagannivasa. Please show me that form. Kiritinam gadinam chakrahastam. The form which you showed me in the beginning. Because I told you if Bhagavan is going, this is actually the proper method of teaching also. The proper method of teaching is, and see nowadays, the Western psychology and Western academia and all of that, they have adopted a whole lot of wrong methods for teaching. Teaching in schools, what we call the science and art of pedagogy has become so corrupt. And every day they go on changing also, and they're putting a different, what we call, a different word for something which you used to hear before. Because they say that no. Like for example, I'll just give you the latest example of what's going on. What is that? When somebody is handicapped, right? Right? Now they say, no, that handicap word we don't like. Because we can't tell if person is handicapped. We have to tell him he's differently abled. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, he's differently abled. Or he is visually challenged. He's not blind. You can't tell him he's blind because that make him feel bad. Yes. So you have to tell him he is visually challenged, like that. Actually, all this is modern day rubbish. You know why it is modern day rubbish? Because life is not made up only of positive things. Life is also made up of negative things. So a child has to be taught, my dear, in life you will not only get positive things, you will also get negative things. And you have to train that child to be able to respond to all the negative things from a very early age. Because if you don't, when he reaches 25 and now he sees all the negative things, well, something dramatic and drastic is going to happen. That is what Buddha did. That is what Buddha's father did. They did not expose Buddha to one even one negative thing in his whole life. When he discovered a negative thing for the first time in his life, he left the whole family. He left wife, children, kingdom, everything, and went away. Can you imagine the plight of the wife and that child? But I'm saying that time when he discovers something dramatic is going to happen. In Buddha's case, something dramatic happened, and happened for the benefit of humanity. But there is one case in the whole history. One case in the whole history. So we have to learn that the world is made up of positive things and the world is made up of negative things. And the earlier we learn that, the better. It is good. Now you see, we grew up playing in mud, correct? We grew up playing in mud. Nowadays, in all the modern places and all that, they don't want their children to touch mud. But when you play in mud, you develop your resistance. You get strong resistance to so many different diseases and all that. So now what they are doing, only yesterday I was seeing. Now what they are doing, they are now coming up with new ideas to get your children to play in mud. In New York City. In New York City, now they discover, we got all, they say, no, don't touch the mud, don't touch the mud, don't touch this, don't sit down on the floor, don't do this, don't do that. Then, now they realize that was really, and this is not no joke thing, this is a real thing. This is a real thing. I see this every day. I saw a family had 2 children, and one of the child, anything that boy touches, he gets ill, he gets sick. And the other boy, he fine. So when I asked that mother, what happened? No. That other boy, when he was a baby, we did not allow him to touch anything. We did not allow him to to mingle with anything. We sterilized every single thing in the house. So now that fellow never developed any resistance for anything. And the second child, right there, he fine. Because after the first child, they learned. After the first child, they learned. So what is that? Peter pay for Paul and Paul pay for? Paul pay for all, yeah. The first fellow, through that first fellow, they learned, and the second fellow was? So please see this thing. The world is made up of, and scriptures, Tulsidas ji in Ramayana, and in this Gita also, in both places, Bhagavan has no qualms about call. If this man is wise, we call him wise. And if this man is a fool, we call him a fool. Those words are there in Gita. Those words are there in Ramayana also. Like that. We should know. Don't think, oh no, Swamiji, we should not, certain words we should not use. And so we don't tell any negative words at all. That makes for a very weak personality. Weak. So now, but Bhagavan is given to Arjuna this darshan, and Arjuna is now asking Bhagavan, please you take away this, the terrible side which you showed me. But you see, I told you, Bhagavan is thorough. He did not only show him the nice side, he also showed him the terrible Ugra, he calls it. What he says, Ugra. Ugra, terrible form of Bhagavan. When one tsunami comes and washes away 250,000 people in one wave, correct? One volcano, hurricane comes and that is the other side of Bhagavan. But in the world, these things are not there or what? These things are there. So his education of Arjuna is thorough. He shows him both sides. And so Bhagavan is all-knowing. He is omniscient, Sarvajna, he is. So he would not have known that Arjuna will be shaken and he will be scared and his heart will be pounding. Bhagavan would not know that. He'll know. But that is also necessary for his evolution. You see. So now Arjuna is telling, my heart is pounding. I'm shaking. So you please show me that other form. Which form? That is given now in number 646. See that. Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Jai Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna.
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 Kiritinam Gadinam Chakrahastam.
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna.
Ichhami tvam drashtumaham tathaiva.
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna.
Teneva rupena chaturbhujena.
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna.
Sahasrabaho bhava vishwamurte.
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna.
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 Krishna Kanaya Lal ki jai. So Arjuna becoming scared with seeing the other side of Bhagwan. Arjuna tells Prabhu, you please take away that vision and show me the former vision. Which former vision? Kiritinam Gadinam Chakrahastam. The form in which you have a nice jewel crown as Bhagwan Vishnu. You have a nice jewel crown and Gadinam, you have a Gada, that mace, what we call here in Trinidad, we call Mukdar. I don't know what you call here in Guyana. Hanumanji is holding all the time. A mace. Mace. Mukdar in Trinidad. And here in Sanskrit, Gada. Gada. So, Bhagwan, he said, Prabhu, you show me that form. I want to see with your nice crown and all, holding your Gada like this, and Chakra Hastam. And you know what Chakra he has? Sudarshan Chakra in his finger. I want to see that. Chami tvam drashtumaham tathaiva. You show me that form. And let this fear from my heart go away. Tena eva rupena chaturbhujena. And you with 4 arms. Bhagwan Vishnu has 4 arms. Na? 4 arms. The symbolism, of course, of all the deities and all are very simple in Sanatana Dharma. See, we have 2 arms, right? And that means to say, I am only so much capable. So 4 arms just tells Bhagwan is way more capable than us. You see, Pandit playing the drum so nicely on this side. With how many arms? 2 arms. Man, if Pandit was like Bhagwan, Pandit had to play drum and tabla at the same time. Correct? You know, because 2 arms for drum and 2 arms for the tabla. But see, it means our capacity. This is all you have to understand. Our capacity is limited. And Bhagwan's capacity is way more. So, like that, Arjuna tells Prabhu, you show me that form with 4 arms and all. Tena eva rupena chaturbhujena sahasrabaho bhava vishwamurte. And not only that, Bhagwan had shown to Arjuna, when this thing whole started in the 11th chapter, he had shown to Arjuna, he has not only 4 arms. 4 arms, he comes down to the least. Sahasrabaho, he has thousands of arms. Thousands. And the meaning for that is, I told you, if this whole world is Bhagwan, that means all these arms belong to who? Bhagwan. So now how many arms Bhagwan has? Oh, well, in our world alone, 8 billion multiplied by 2. 16 billion arms only in this world. And there, how many worlds in Shastras tell? And now science is also confirming all of that. How many worlds? Ananta Koti Brahmanda, infinite worlds. Infinite. Now, I don't know if you know, but just next door here in Suriname, they launched the James Webb telescope. You know that, right? From Europe, they brought the James Webb telescope here in Suriname, and they launched that thing. After James Webb, I think this must have been 2019 or 18, 19, somewhere there. After James, this is the most powerful telescope that human beings have ever launched into space. So now they are discovering all these countless planets. And in our Milky Way alone, in our Milky Way, where we belong in space, there are 3.2 trillion planets. No, not million, not billion. 3.2 trillion planets now they are discovering. So whatever, and see, they only discovered in our Milky Way 3.2 trillion, right? But our Shastras are telling, are what 3.2 trillion? That is nothing. Ananta Koti. Ananta Koti means infinite. So how many planets are there? Infinite. They now start to discover. They're now starting out. In our observable universe, you have to multiply 3.2 trillion by 2.2 billion. In the observable universe, they are saying. When you multiply 3.2 trillion by 2.2 billion, I really can't do that much, you know, like too much for me. So that is the number of planets they're saying in our observable universe. What about the non-observable universe? And so now science is very, very nicely coming to confirm all the things the rishis have been telling in all of these scriptures all the time. So now Bhagavan only has here 8 billion by 2, 16 billion arms. So what about all the other? So this is Sahasrabaho Bhava Vishwamurte. And this whole Bhava, this whole universe is your Murti. It is your form only. That is why we keep on saying, nah, Bhagwan Murti is not only here. Bhagwan Murti is not only here. Everything in this world is Bhagwan's Murti. This is Sanatana Dharma at its best. Huh? Everything in the world is Bhagwan's Murti. How the song goes, there's a very famous song. हर देवी की प्रतिमा बच्चा बच्चा राम है. बच्चा बच्चा राम है. Every child, हर देवी की प्रतिमा, every girl is Devi and every child is, every boy is Ram, like that. Some song is there, you have to go and listen to it. I'm not a songster, so I don't know all of these things. But I know the words. So, everything in the world is the Murti of Bhagavan only. So that's why Bhava Vishwa Murti. Only in Gita you will see these things. Bhava Vishwa Murti. Then Bhagavan speaks now. Bhagavan replies to Arjuna, because Arjuna is telling Prabhu, I'm scared. That form which you showed me, please take it back. And you show me your benevolent form, the nice four-armed with gada and crown and all of that. I want to see that. See. Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
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 Maya prasannena tavarjunedam.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Rupam param darshita matmanoga.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Rupam param darshita matma yoga.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Tejomayam vishwam anantamadyam.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Tejomayam vishwam anantamadyam.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Yanme Tvedanyena Nadrishta Purvam.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Krishna Kanaya Lal ki jai. Maya prasannena tavarjunedam rupam param darshitam atma yoga. This is a very wonderful word. These are such Sanskrit words where it will take lifetimes to understand. Sanskrit is such a wonderful language. You could study you could study this something from this side, you study this thing from this side, you study from this side, you study from all sides, and every time you study you get some different perspective, different understanding. The Sanskrit is like that. So Bhagavan is saying, Darshitam, Atma Yoga, how Bhagavan is able to manifest this whole universe and then give Arjuna divine eyes and allow Arjuna to see this cosmic form of his and all of that, he calls it Atma Yoga. Atma Yoga is another name for Maya. Have you heard the word Maya? Bhagavan Maya? Bhagavan Maya is his Atma Yoga. I mean, that thing is part and parcel of Bhagavan, and through that Maya, he is able to manifest the whole universe. And a most wonderful universe also. You have to study this universe a little bit to see how wonderfully Bhagavan has packed everything in this universe. The same atom has positive charge as well as negative charge, right? And not only that, I told the same object, this microphone here, this thing is big or little? Well, if you put a little amoeba or a microbe in front of this microphone, that microbe is small and this microphone is big, correct? So now the microphone we say is big because you're comparing it to a little microbe. So the microphone is big. Acha, theek hai. Now you take the same microphone and you put it against the earth. You put the earth here and you put the microphone here. Now the microphone is big or little? Well, the microphone gets little now, right? So just now you told me the microphone was big. And now you are telling me the microphone is little. So now the microphone is big or little? Well, it is very good. The microphone is both. That is how Bhagavan made this world. The microphone is both. And it all depends on where you put it. And if it were not both, it could not have been the other one. It means to say, if when we put it against the microbe, we say now it is big. So if it was not both, when we put it against the earth, you could not have said this is small. It has, and therefore all things like, and all things in the universe is like that. Please remember that. Usually we don't think about these things, but the scriptures make us think about these things. See, water boils at how many degrees? 100 degrees, right? Right. Look, you see, they're teaching in school. So very good. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Okay? Now, second question. That thing is hot or cold? Real hot, isn't it? Aha. So what happened, you know? The boiling water at 100 degrees Celsius, the fella took it in a pot and he took it down to the steel mill where they're boiling steel. They're boiling steel, and steel boils at 2,300 degrees Celsius. How much? 2,300 degrees Celsius. Steel is boiling. So this fella is asking the steel, the boiling steel, hey, what do you think about this fella? Is he hot or cold? So the boiling steel say, what hot? That fellow, he is experiencing winter. Because 100 degrees in front of 2,300 degrees, that's anything? No. So this, in front of that, this fellow becomes cold now. You see, not hot anymore. So the whole world is like that. So now, Bhagavan's Maya only is capable of doing that. What? Something is hot and cold at the same time. Something is big and small at the same time. Only Bhagavan Maya is capable of that thing. to make this universe in such a way. So here he calls Atma Yoga. By my Atma Yoga, I have manifested this whole universe. By my Atma Yoga, I gave you this darshan of seeing me, in all of this whole universe in me, in one grasp. By his Maya power. Maya is, if you want to say in ordinary English, if you want to remember what Bhagwan's Maya is, it is his infinite power. It's an easy way for you to remember. Bhagwan Maya is his infinite power. And if his power is infinite, then he can make one thing big and small at the same. Otherwise, that power is not infinite. What infinite? See, you cannot call him Sarva Shaktiman. So, by my yoga, say, Maya prasannena tavarjunedam rupam param darshitam. You were able to see this. Being happy with you, being pleased with you, I allowed you to see this Virat Rup, this cosmic form of mine. Tejomayam Vishwamanantamadyam, which is beginningless and resplendent with the glow of consciousness, as though this whole world made from, manifested from me. Tanme tvadanyena nadrishta purvam. Nobody has seen this form of mine before you. Now that is not true also. I told you now. So how it is true then? We can't say the scripture is telling untrue. Bhagwan is telling in this Bhagavad Gita that nobody has seen this form of mine before you. But this is happening in which yuga? This is happening in Dwapar Yuga. And what was the yuga before Dwapar Yuga? That thing was called as Treta Yuga. And in Treta Yuga, Ramayana was there, Bhagwan Ram was there, and Bhagwan had shown this form to Kausalya Maya, and he had shown this cosmic form also to Kakbhushundi. 2 times. And now Bhagwan is saying, before you, nobody has seen this form. So what Bhagwan means to say, before you, in this, my incarnation as Krishna. My incarnation as Krishna, because that incarnation was as Ram. And then the Yuga changed from Treta Yuga to Dwapar Yuga, and then Krishna incarnated. So, since this incarnation of Krishna has come, nobody has seen. This is what he means to say. Huh? Don't think that Bhagwan forget. Some people say, oh, Bhagwan forget, in that. Bhagwan doesn't forget. Huh? Right. Now, Bhagwan continues there. Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna.
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 Naveda yajna dhyanirnadanahi.
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna.
Nacha kriyabhirnatapovirugrahi.
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna.
Evam rupa shakya aham loke.
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna.
Drashtum tvadanyena kuru pravira.
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna.
Mate vyathamam chavimudha bhavaha.
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna.
Drishwarupam goramidrimamedam.
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna.
Yapeta bhiprita manapunastvam.
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna.
Tadeva me rupamidam prapashya.
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna.
Krishna Kanaya Lal ki jai. न वेद यज्ञाध्ययन न दानैहि न क्रियाभिः न तपोभिः उग्रैहि. This form of mind which I just showed to you today, my dear Arjuna, this form of mind is not to be seen by study of all the Vedas, by all yajna, by all dan, by giving dan, by all the karmas, means all the rituals, and by ghor tapas, means severe tapas. This form is not to be seen. Evam rupa shakya aham nirloke, not to be seen by any of these things. This form is to be seen only when Bhagavan showers his grace. That is not said here, but Bhagavan leaves it open. And he told Arjuna just now, why he showed this form to Arjuna? Because Pritamana, he was fond of Arjuna. He was his friend. The compassion of Bhagavan is without any reason, without any cause. His nature is just to shower compassion. And if I have reached the right state, I'll be able to really benefit from that compassion of Bhagavan. Arjuna had, he was Indravatar only. Drashtum tvadanyena kuru prarira. This could not be seen by anybody beside you. Mate vyatha macha vimura bhavaha. Now, my dear Arjuna, you do not be scared, do not stop trembling, stop shaking. Because Arjuna was shaking. Drishtra rupam goramidring mamedam. You see this other form and give up means what? My form with 4 arms? No. Don't be disturbed by my terrible form. Now you see the other form. Punahatvam tadeva me rupamidam prapashya. Look at my other form now. And stop being afraid. Vyapeta bhihi. Means give up your fear. And don't be afraid. Pritamana punastvam. And you be again delighted and happy. Bhagavan had said prasannena, not pritamana. Here pritamana. Punastvam. You be again delighted once more and happy in heart. So what Bhagavan did, he took away that terrible looking form, the other side. And that is where all of us have our comfort zone, you know. Like we like to see in the society, everything going peacefully. We don't like trouble. We don't like if flood comes. We don't like if a hurricane comes. We don't like if earthquake comes. We don't like if there's crime in the society. We don't like all of those other negative sides, correct? All of us are comfortable only on one side. But why Bhagavan is showing this to Arjuna? Because we have to learn that any of the other thing can happen correct or not? It can happen any time or not? We could have a severe earthquake anytime. We could have anything anytime. Some meteorite from space could come down and just destroy the whole earth. Anytime it could happen. So in other words, we have to be cognizant of the fact that we live in a dualistic universe and the other side can happen anytime. See, no, you see somebody alive and very well and doing well, and next thing you hear they died. You've never experienced that in life? Yes. So you have to be prepared for all of that. That is why Bhagavan is showing. Don't think we are only living in a rosy world of only roses. There are also thorns. Yeah. Right. So now, what will happen? Sanjaya will now report to the blind king. Sanjaya was there reporting in the palace in Kurukshetra, Hastinapur palace. And he will report this much to the king. And then the chapter will come to an end tomorrow. Now this will be where now? Let me tell you. Tomorrow night, number 70 in Kalan Mandir. Kalan? Which side? This side or this side? This side. Kalan Mandir. Okay. 6:30 p.m. 6:30. Okay. All right. Let me just tell some announcements. And then we will conclude with Aarti. There is a bookmark like this made for everybody. This bookmark is to mark this occasion of 108 nights in 108 temples across Guyana. And it is a little souvenir you can put in a book. After 15, 20 years, you will see it. Oh, I had been to that yajna, you know. I remember now, I still see bookmarks I have from India like 30 years ago. Since that time. So, please have one. One is printed for everybody, yeah? All right. Now the first announcement is, the grand conclusion of this 108 nights will take place on the 3rd of May. What is the date? 3rd of May. At the Gandhi Youth Cricket Ground in Georgetown. It is going to be a huge program. We'll be providing dinner for everybody, and we'll be giving presents to everybody and all that kind of thing. A big conclusion, grand finale. If you can make it to town. Yeah, last night one man told me that he has relatives. His daughter is living on that side. He'll try to come there. That is good if you have relatives. And if you want a place to stay, you can stay at the ashram and come the next day. We have an ashram in Manripo. We'll be able to provide some transport for you also to get to the ashram. Okay? Stay the night and you come the next day. Okay. Program starts at 5 p.m. So it will be over by 6:30 p.m. Like by this time it will be long over. Today we started at 7. There by 6:30 it will be over. All right. So it will be a really big program. Guests will be coming from Trinidad also, I think, for that. Some people say they are coming. And from Burmese also, we heard that some people are coming. So people will be coming from everywhere to mark this grand finale. All right. 5 p.m. it starts, 3rd of May. Okay. Then, in the summertime, we have camps for children at the ashram in Manripo, and we have camps in Trinidad also. So those of you who have the time and you want to come to Trinidad to the camps, to the ashram, you're most welcome. We'll be doing Bhagavad Gita in the camps, right? The ashram in Trinidad, if you come there, you don't have to worry about staying and all. The ashram is a huge ashram. We can accommodate sleeping accommodations for 100 people. So you just let us know. Now, 2 teachers are here who have now been posted in Guyana from Canada. They were posted in Canada for 10 years, and now they are posted in Guyana. Devji and Jinaji are sitting here, and they are permanently at the ashram in Manripo. Okay? And they are teaching many, many things. Sanskrit and Bhagavad Gita and Ramayana and Vedic chanting and so many things there. Teaching at the ashram. Please speak with them tonight and tell. You can even learn some of them online. Okay. Speak with them and find out all what you can learn from the ashram. Okay. Especially the young people. They are also planning now, not far from now, when this Gita is over, a Pandit's course. Pandit's course. And because they have learned in the traditional, way, they'll be able to teach all of those things very well. Now, I'll tell you what they had to go through and the training which they had to have. And one training course is starting on the 2nd of October. So what is the training in Chinmaya Mission? We have a very rigid, strict, tough training. You have to come and stay in the ashram for 2 years. Stay there for 2 years, and classes start at 5:30 a.m. and run till 8 p.m. every single day for 2 years, not a single holiday. No Saturday holiday, no Sunday holiday, no Diwali holiday, no nothing. 2 years, 5:30 a.m. till 8 p.m. every single day. After that, if you are still alive, then you will be posted. So they were first posted in Canada for 10 years, and now they are posted to Guyana permanently. So you meet them and find out. So now the next batch is starting on the 2nd of October. So there might be young people who can join that batch. Now here are the qualifications. The qualifications, you have to be 30 years and younger. Then you have to be unmarried. And last, you have to have a university degree. So, Devji, for instance, graduated from the University of Toronto, and Jinaji graduated from McGill University in Montreal. McGill? In Montreal. Like that. And then they dedicated their life to doing this type of work. So if you know young people who want to do these things, the next batch is October 2nd. All right. Okay. That's all the announcements. Now we will have Aarti and we will conclude.
Only
Yeah.
probably in the word of appreciation before Aarti.
Yes?
So we'll ask Aarti to give us the word of appreciation.
Words of appreciation. Who is doing? Please come. And then we'll have Aarti.
Song. Arti doing the words of appreciation. Arti.
Aarti first?
Arti is doing the words of appreciation.
Oh, okay. Oh, her name is Aarti. Oh, ho. Is one Aarti after the next? Yes. One Aarti after the next, yeah.
Sitaram, everyone.
Sita.
On behalf of the members of the Cottonfield Bushlat Sri Satya Mandir, we would like to express special thanks to Swami, let me get this right, Prakashananda Ji, for inspiring us with words of the Sri Bhagavad Gita, offering profound teachings on Dharma, Karma, and the path to spiritual realization. To the musicians and singers, thank you for bringing your talents. The melodious bhajans surely made this evening a joyful one. To the members who helped in preparation of the delicious bhojan, prasad, and putting things in place to make this satsang a success, thank you for your contribution and support. And lastly, to everyone who came out, we truly appreciate your presence. Once again, thank you, and please make sure to take bhojan on your way out, and wishing you a safe journey home. Thank you.
Jai Shri Ram. Thank you. Om Jai Bhagavad Gita Maya Jai Bhagavad Gita Harihi Kamala Viharini Harihi Kamala Viharini Sundar Supunite Om Jai Bhagavad Gita
जय भगवद गीते मय जय भगवद गीते हरिः कमल विहारिणि हरिः कमल विहारिणि सुंदर सुपुनीते ओम जय भगवद गीते
कर्म सुमर्म प्रकाशिनी कामासक्ति हरामय
कामासक्ति हरा
तत्व ज्ञान विकाशिनी
तत्त्वज्ञान विकासिनी
विद्या ब्रह्म परा
ओम जय भगवद गीते
निश्चल भक्ति विदायिनी निर्मल मलहारी
मय निर्मल मलहारी
चरण रहस्य प्रदायिनी
शरण रहस्य प्रदायिनी
सब विधि सुखकारी
ओम जय भगवद गीते
राग द्वेष विदारिणी तारिणी मोद सदा मय
कारिणि मोद सदा
भव भय हारिणी तारिणी
भव भयहारिणि तारिणि
परमानंद प्रदा
ओम जय भगवद गीते
आसुर भाव विनाशिनी नाशिनी तम रजनी मय
नाशिनि तमरजनी
दैवी सद्गुणदायिनी
दैवी सद्गुणदायिनी
हरिरसिका सजनी
ओम जय भगवद गीते
समता त्याग सिखावन हरिमुख की बानी मैया
हरि मुख की वाणी
सकल शास्त्र की स्वामिनी
सकल शास्त्र की स्वामिनी
श्रुतियों की रानी
ओम जय भगवद गीते
दया सुधा बरसावन मातु कृपा की जय
मय मातु कृपा की जय
हरिपद प्रेम दान कर
हरि पद प्रेम दान कर
अपनो कर लीज
ओम जय भगवद गीते गीते मय जय भगवद् गीते हरिः कमल विहारिणि हरिः कमल विहारिणि सुंदर सुपुनीते ओम जय भगवद् गीते
ओम जय भगवद् गीते
ओम जय भगवद् गीते
मंगलम भगवान विष्णु मंगलम गरुड़ध्वज मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्षम मंगलायतनो हरि
मंगलम भगवान विष्णु मंगलम गरुड़ध्वज मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्षम मंगलायतनो हरि मंगलायतनो हरि मंगलायतनो हरि.
Let us all put our hands together as we take these last few moments to reflect on how absolutely indispensable God is in our life. He is our mother, our father, our friend, our companion, our learning, our wealth. But besides that, He is our very own being. And were He to pull away even for a moment, we will disappear into nothing. To that Lord, who is the substratum of our entire being, the Rishis praised in metered lines. Tvameva mata chapita tvameva tvameva bandhush cha sakha tvameva tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय. नमः पार्वती पते. हर हर महादेव. हरि ओम तत्सत. Please all sit.